Good morning. I am Danilo Intalan, a fourth-year BTVTED student. And now, I am here to present to you my case study. And my case study title is about challenges faced with employees in the restaurant in the new normal. So in the case study, we have the executive summary. And for my executive summary is that the deadly and infectious disease coronavirus, also known as COVID-19, has deeply affected the global economy. And this tragedy has also known as shaken up the establishment sector, and this fear is likely to resonate across establishment sector globally. And the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak forced many restaurants remain closed, and so that virus will not spread out anymore. So, for my background to study, the restaurant industry has seen some of the most notable changes caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic has presented to the challenges none of us saw coming, but it seems small and large businesses have been hit the hardest. So, we have study from RIM 2020. These circumstances came as realized that scenario planning is an urgent need for every hospitality establishment. Here is my statement of the problem. This study was designed to explore the challenges faced by the employees in the restaurant in the new normal in order to identify if they have difficulties during this time. Specifically, the study seeks to answer the following sub-problems. Number one is, what are the challenges faced by the employees in the restaurant in the new normal amidst the pandemic in terms of recruitment process, social isolation, and economic status. Number two is that, what are the experiences of the employees in the restaurant in the new normal amidst the pandemic in terms of dine-in process, distance process, and the customer behavior, and also online selling. So, number three is that, what platforms and strategies can be proposed to minimize or eliminate the problems encountered. Okay, so for my objectives, at the end of this case study, research, the institution should be able to identify the key points or issues. B, consider the information they do and they don't have. And then letter C is create resources and techniques that can help to solve the issues. So in case study, we consider the SWOT analysis. And the first is that strength, transferable skills, skeletal schedule, loyal employees, and great service employment. And for the weakness is that limited technical skills, limited staff, applying to other restaurant, and removing some employees. So for opportunities, we have the enhancing personal development and restaurant operating hiring, rise the new recipe and products, and the last is the competitive employees. So for the threat is that limited positions in the area, lack of applicants, share experience and turnover recipe from other restaurant, and then increase competitors. So in a case study, I evaluate my study to about the more an individual interacts with others, and the longer that interaction, the higher the risk of COVID-19 spread out. So, mass may reduce the risk COVID-19 spread when they consistently use customers and employees, especially the social distancing measures are difficult to maintain. As an evaluator, I found out that after more than 1 year lockdown, we are now achieving the flattening the curve for the positive tested COVID. And then, before the manager removed some of their employee due to requirement of the IATF so that the COVID-19 virus will not spread more, but this time the restaurants are going to rise up again. Little by little, they are rising, and some of the restaurants are hiring new employees. But with that, the schedule of the staff is still on following the skeleton. Okay, as restaurant continue rising up, the manager must hire people who willing to build a career at your establishment and not quit after encountering challenges. This new type of setup in the hospitality industry has a lot of demand, from service to healthcare service for the customers and patrons, so you need to put a lot of thought in whom you are hired. Not just competence-wise, they need to fit with the team and have excellent soft skills. Your customer service will improve tremendously with the right weight staff. And now, here is my proposed solution. Entitled, Amidst Pandemic, New Normal, New Growth. For my strategy plan, number 1, management must hire skilled chef and waiter with passion. For the stakeholders, the applicants, and the graduates. And for the person involved is the manager, and number 2, person with dedicated intake out. For stakeholders, the loyal customers, online orders, food runners, and for person involved is the manager and the employees. Number 3, increase salary and benefits of the employees. For stakeholders, we have the manager, the employees, and the staff. For the person involved, the manager. The pandemic has encouraged many restaurants who had not considered takeout to start offering it. Online ordering, systems like Upserve and third-party delivery apps had made this an incredibly realistic prospect. For my conclusion, the health crisis will have impacted every employee in a different way, causing their experiences and response to this change and uncertainty and to also be unique. They will be feeling disconnected from the organization, questioning the business purpose and the goals. Without employees, a business cannot carry out its goals. Employees matter, and through their time and efforts, the business will go beyond and manifest around the world. And lastly, my recommendations. I have 3 recommendations in this case study. Number 1 is the setup of the new normal becomes demanding, so that the management must hire skilled chef and waiter with passion. Number 2, the restaurant or the management must provide a marketing strategy to market their business in the new normal to gather all the dedicated customers. So that's the end of my case study presentation. Thank you for listening. God bless.